was a lack of role models, purely because the lack of representation at a very large organization of people that look like me. And I think that was quite a significant sort of starting point for me in terms of understanding what my trajectory could be at the business. I think typically what happens in those situations, you gravitate towards people that look like you or closest to your culture. And what that also means is that they're more or less at the same starting point, and you become a bit of a tribe also. And you start to kind of operate in a very kind of close-knit way. And then sometimes that can compound your feelings about sort of, where your, direction of travel could be in terms of careers, because the conversation is very much about sort of the lack rather than actually what you might want to do, who could help you. It was always more or less about who couldn't help us and why they couldn't help us. And I think that was quite an interesting point for me in terms of, when I went on the search of kind of what's going to be the next move for me and actually who could help me. And, we need to have those role models that can help us. I think also as a result of a lack of having role models, there's a certain acceptance that sets in, and rightly or wrongly, and I would probably say more wrongly, because you accept for less, and everybody in those sort of groups that you end up being part of, because you naturally feel more comfortable and belong, a sense of belonging, compounds that feeling for you even further. So I think definitely, the lack of a role model played its part in my early part of the career. But I think also, what we have to understand is, role models are critical to you in different ways, and the role models you want, it's an evolution. So when I quickly realized that actually it's about the work, it's about the different things that people do rather than actually they just need to look like me. So if it was like I need to understand more finance, okay, who's that person that can help me? And just understanding that actually role models at different points of your career are really important. So over the years, I would say there have been individuals that I have looked at, been supported by. I wouldn't necessarily call them all role models, but I would definitely call them champions. And I think that's definitely something that has helped me understand myself, my position, and actually what I can do to contribute to the business as well. So I think, really helping young people at a very early stage could really help them. I think definitely will help them take their next steps. And I think it's important that we as leaders in businesses take that responsibility of being the role models that we also wanted to see when we started out as well.